Here we are at episode 5. Andrew, Brian, Jordan, and I sit down to discuss the photo of Mera from Justice League that was released last week, in addition to the Justice League sizzle reel from New York Comic Con. A just-announced crossover comic book featuring the Justice League and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And speaking of them, we react to the official Power Rangers teaser trailer. Speaking of trailers, we share our opinions on the second official Rogue One trailer and briefly talk about Star Wars Episode 8. And finally, we sink our teeth into the rest of Luke Cage, discussing what we loved and what we didn't. We suffer a random power outage, and then we ask the all-important question, who would win in a fight, Luke Cage versus Martian Manhunter? A lot to get through in this one, so sit back, relax, and put us in your ears. All right, so I clicked record.
All right.
Oh shit!
All right, we're in deep, and Andrew's on his phone. Sweet.
Andrew, could you?
Yeah, I can't be bothered to talk to you guys.
Andrew,
right
could you put on your hoodie? We're not to that part of that discussion yet. Thanks.
There's not even holes in it. What a loser.
It's getting there. I get holes in my elbows.
All right, so I'm Robert.
I'm Brian.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Jordan.
Hey,
right.
Jordan's once again calling in because he lives very far away from the rest of us.
He's in a galaxy far, far away.
Ooh.
He's in a new place every week.
Are you...
I'm actually calling in from Angel Grove today.
What's going on in Angel Grove?
Brian looks confused.
Yeah, Brian doesn't really know what that is.
That Power Rangers.
Yeah,
that's where they were. Okay.
Contextually, you figured it out, though, so that's cool. So, got a couple things to get through before we get to the big thing. There was a photo, I don't remember which day of the week it was, but
Pretty
photo
yesterday.
was it yesterday?
No, it was a couple days
It was
ago.
a couple days ago.
of Amber Heard in all of her Mera glory.
Yeah.
All of her
nice lady.
all of her Arthur Curry's wife regalia. She was in full uniform, full costume, however you want to word it, on a rocky beach.
Yes, near the water.
In full Zack
So she was
Snyder
wet.
palette.
It looked amazing.
Yeah, dude.
She looked like the character walked off the page
Right off the
comic.
page of the comics. And Amber Heard, as you might know, has recently divorced Johnny Depp. So also breaking that kind of news.
That
Fantastic.
gives us all a
I'm
chance.
so glad we're doing that.
That gives all of
I
us a chance.
thought about dropping a Johnny Depp joke right there, but I was like, you know what? I think we're above that. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you
he's
for doing that, Rob.
he's a shithead. What else do you want?
Yeah, but he's Captain Jack Sparrow.
So, but just generally,
Savvy.
but you have heard of it. That's good.
Yeah, no, great picture. She looked. The outfit looks great.
Yeah, and the design of the costume is really cool, and it's goes along with and fits right into the design of the rest of the universe.
When I saw it was on comicbookmovie.com. They had the art of her, the design, and it's just like, wow, they did that
Translated
pretty,
really
pretty
well.
spot on.
Yeah.
And the big long red hair.
Yeah, and she's also got like the crown, I think, too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she
that's
does.
cool. But yeah, that's and then that goes into the sizzle reel that they released kind of randomly.
I think it was New York Comic Con.
Okay.
That's when it got released. Was New York.
Yeah.
It was.
And that had a wealth of stuff in it.
A lot of quick shots, but
Yeah.
but there's a lot to that. A lot of quick shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm liking it. I'm liking all the costume designs. The Flash looks great.
Dude, I love that costume. It's so heavily Injustice inspired.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know. I guess I just don't really like the heavily armored
Okay.
thing for the Flash. I just figured he wouldn't.
That's fair.
I don't want to go like the cloth, maybe even like the leather armor from the TV series.
Well, I'm glad that it's not a leather jacket.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Like,
I'm not knocking the fact that he wears one in the show because it fits that universe. I'm just saying if Film Flash were on screen wearing a leather jacket, I'd be like, there's gods on this.
I could see in Justice League the movie him explaining that it's armor-ish because he needs it to be for dealing with.
There's some sort of scientific explanation for
Speed
it, probably.
Force,
Yeah.
getting struck by lightning every 30 seconds. It's probably
Yeah.
And also, quickly confirmed that we definitely saw Rick and Morty on one of the monitors in the back of his.
It was Rick and Summer when they were all
when they were doing X Gonna Give It To You and beating everybody down. So definitely Rick and Morty on the TV in the background of Barry Allen's room.
Is season 3 this year?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
It is?
Yes. Rick and Morty for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
The end of this year. Anyway.
So Aquaman's armor looked amazing.
Yes.
Dude, Jason Momoa, he looks awesome. He's already a scary enough dude to begin with.
Yeah. They couldn't have picked
contacts.
They couldn't have picked a better guy to immediately change the conversation about what Aquaman is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, from that standpoint, everyone thinking oh, Aquaman's a pussy who just calls fish, and then it's Jason Momoa's like, all right, he could rip somebody's head off. Yeah, all right.
And he's just immediately so fierce.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just facially, his face is always so just like...
He's got that big scar above his eye, too.
Lends an immediate credibility.
Yeah. Jordan, you saw the sizzle reel, right?
Oh, yeah, and I loved it.
There was also Cyborg was in there.
Borg
Life shirt.
Great, as he's working out.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, Borg
that's
Life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He also, you see him in the mocap suit, but then you also see some finished, I don't know how finished the shots are, but they look pretty polished, and it's like the full costume when he says, I didn't think you were real to Batman, and his voice is kind of metallic,
well, again,
which is awesome.
That was the San Diego Comic-Con trailer.
Well, right.
And the sizzle reel was all the mocap suit.
Right. But that's also where that gif came from of Jason Momoa taking Wonder Woman's sword and continuing the fight after he drops his trident.
And I love how small that sword looks in his hand. That's how huge that motherfucker is. Because Gal Gadot is not a tiny girl.
No.
And that sword is not tiny either. But in Jason Momoa's hands, it's a fucking dagger.
He's what, like 6'5"?
Yeah. It might as well be a butter knife. Like that.
The part where I guess they're coming down into the Batcave, coming down an elevator, and it's the 5 of them like that. No,
5 of
them.
Also, just want to point out, only saw Superman in the background of one shot in the sizzle reel. Yeah, he is not in any of the group stuff at all.
He's in the red, yellow, and blue suit. Mm-hmm. Where he's like with Zack Snyder in a
right.
But then there's a shot where they show someone in black, and I thought maybe it was Batman, but I'm thinking more that was Cavill in the Black Resurrection as he's like jumping or flying from like a ledge or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
It was the wire work you saw.
Gotcha.
Being pulled up and then. They goes to their point of view going forward onto a ledge. I think that was him in the Black Resurrection suit.
They might have gotten that from the reverse of him, and then when they cut it, it was Batman on the other side. So it's not even let you know that's actually who it was.
I think that's who, but you can't really tell.
No.
Unfortunately, the sizzle reel was only 720p. Like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you have that in 1080? But
what is this? 2008?
Yeah, right.
That's
fucking
right.
potato vision.
Yeah.
Potato vision.
Like Andrew's old phone. But no, that was the one. It was
just broken.
That was the one thing that I wanted to bring up, especially from the sizzle reel, was that Superman was totally absent.
Yeah.
Which is just so cool because but it's a cool thing that they're doing that. I like that a lot.
And they made such a it's the mullet Superman. He has a mullet. Everyone has to know that he has a mullet because it's the 90s. Superman he's got a mullet. Like, okay, I get it. Thank you. Superman has a mullet. Thank you very much.
Now, quickly, how big a role do you think Superman is going to play in Justice League? Like, do you think he's going to enter halfway through, or
I think he has to.
No. You know,
I think he has to enter halfway through. I don't think they can wait until the end to have him. I think that's a waste of a Justice League movie if you don't have him at least halfway through.
Well, then it almost feels like, what was the point of doing Death of Superman?
Well, yeah. I agree.
No, I think
that whole question of did they really do that too soon?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay,
absolutely.
I think that we're gonna get Superman a lot later in that movie than everybody thinks. He's absolutely going to make the save because they're going to be put up against immeasurable odds or whatever.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah, and they're gonna be no way of knowing
Probably
how to do anything.
I'm gonna be genuinely upset now if he doesn't have a mullet. I'm saying that.
Just think about your life and decide that you've never said that sentence before and you'll never say it again.
I will walk out of the theater.
Well, we know that's an empty promise.
I should clarify.
Ryan had to stop me, first of all.
I'm hoping that he shows up halfway through.
Yeah.
And is like, a presence halfway through. What I think will happen is that we'll see the resurrected version of him with the mullet, the black suit, halfway through, and then he won't be back as Superman until the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking that they're going to get to, finale boss fight, and then he's going to make the save when nobody else can do it. And then it's going to be essentially the reverse ending of BVS, where he's the one that dies, where he's going to be, like, taking down Steppenwolf or whatever the fuck.
And so he dies again, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He's going to be the one doing the undying, the killing.
The
killing, the reverse of dying. Right.
How cool would it be if we could get, like, Cyborg Superman and Steel and all those...
Steel?
Yeah,
I thought Steel was
and Last Son of Krypton and Superboy. Yeah, I would love that entire thing, but we're not going to have that. So time to get over it.
So shit in your cereal.
Yeah.
Got some shitty cereal now.
But you were saying how cool it was to have the Justice League all together. And how cool would it be to have the Justice League all together?
Well, real quick.
What are you driving at?
Before we go any further, just want to say, because there was some news about the Batman movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
You mean it's not
the Batman movie?
That's not evidently coming out as soon as we thought. Because there was...
I don't have any expectation of when it's coming, so...
It was the rumors, the very bold-faced rumors, were that it was supposed to be 2018. Mm-hmm. And that Ben Affleck had said that, we're in production already, it's called The Batman, and then in a recent live Facebook interview, I think it was for EW, Entertainment Weekly, he walked that back, saying... Well, the movie's not happening yet.
Well, when he confirmed,
and the title is not really the Batman.
When he quote unquote hard confirmed that it was the Batman, he did not hard confirm that it was the Batman. Everybody just ran with what he said, which is where he said it's the working title. That's the one that we're going with.
Right.
That's what we have now, and that's what, and it could change, but that's what we're going with for now. And then Warner Brothers was like, don't confirm that yet, because I don't even know that they have a script written.
They're working on it.
Right.
That was the latest thing he said. Is that why? That's why he had to walk it back.
Yeah.
We're in pre-production. We're working the script out and everything.
So he's super excited, and Warner Brothers is going, pump the brakes, so we could get a marketing machine up and going for this.
But at the very least, we do know Deathstroke is still in it. Joe Manganiello is still...
Yeah, but he's also definitely going to be in Justice League.
Yeah.
Because there's no other reason why he was in full costume.
Yeah, of course.
In a test shot. There's no reason.
Yeah.
So he's totally going to be in Justice League.
They had him out there for 30 seconds to do a test shot.
Thanks, Joe. All right, go back to your super hot wife. Never mind.
Jordan.
Fuck you.
Jordan, I know you had read the same thing I had read when it was like that it wasn't happening, that you said it's not happening now. Was there anything you wanted to add to that?
There's not a doubt in my mind that it's coming. It's just a matter of when, and I'm excited either way. I don't want them to rush into anything. I want them to take their time and make sure it's the best possible movie that they can put out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the most recent part is that now Warner Brothers has set aside two big dates in 2019 and 2020 for tentpole movies, and now the thinking is if the Batman or Batman v Deathstroke, whatever you want to call it, is not coming out in 2018, that 2019 is probably the best bet now. So we're still probably 3 years away from another solo Batman movie with Batfleck.
I think that might be okay though, but then again, I don't know. I mean, Ben Affleck's in good shape, but that seems like really far away.
When was Dark Knight? Was that 2008?
Dark Knight was 2008.
Oh, sorry, Dark Knight was 2008.
Dark Knight Rises was 2012.
There's a 4-year separation there.
Yeah. So the longer
and
the
I'm
time
so
between
glad we waited so long.
The longer time between the two universes of different Batman is the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
The more time, the more rubber you put on the road between those two, the better.
Yeah.
Just because it'll lend to less confusion, as opposed to what happened with Spider-Man. Anyway, so it's great when the Justice League is all together.
Yes.
But you know who else is going to be all together with the Justice League coming in January?
Who is that, Rob?
The fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are teaming up with Justice League in January in a comic book produced dually by DC and Boom Studios.
Neat.
Wow.
Go Power Rangers
and Batman.
And Justice League.
I have the Boom Studios Volume 1 of their Power Rangers run, their current Power Rangers run. They like rebooted the series and
I saw those
made it kind of updated with the mythology from the show, made it a little better, just in general, and more enjoyable to read. It's not hard to read; it's really fun.
I would hope a comic is fun to read.
Well, no, it's not
reading it.
It's not like watching the show where you're just the entire time groaning.
Okay.
It's one of those where the cheese factor isn't ratcheted all the way up. There's actually like an emotional pull to the comic.
Okay.
And they're using, I don't know if they're using specifically that universe, but they're using obviously the same publishing company. I have it. That's why I keep pointing to my thing of my shrine.
Quit rubbing my bald head.
It's not bald.
Balding.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how long it's supposed to last for. I don't know how much we're going to get out of it. But the last crossover that DC did, as far as I know, was Ninja Turtles, and that was a fucking.
It was awesome.
Was that 5 issues?
6.
6.
And it was phenomenal. And I got my variant number 1 signed by James Tynion.
Was it tremendous?
It was amazing. So I was really excited about that.
Sorry.
So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'm totally gonna be there to read all of that shit.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. But speaking of Power Rangers,
Well,
did you see New York Comic Con? They released so much fucking information, and it was like Power Rangers was there all 3 days and released information every single day. But they dropped a full-blown trailer, and in our last episode, Brian said his interest in the film weighed heavily on how the trailers were.
Absolutely.
So,
I didn't say that. So, I don't know.
Okay.
It was. It wasn't. It did not. It did not push me away.
Okay.
I wasn't turned off by it. I wasn't exactly turned on by it either. Because I mean, it's really easy to turn me on. But no, I'm not saying my ass is going to be in the seat. But it definitely, Well, I think the full theatrical trailer, because it was just a teaser.
Yeah. They covered a lot of ground for a teaser.
It did cover a lot of ground. I definitely felt the Chronicle vibe that I've heard some people say. Like, oh, yeah, that kind of is funny.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Fun fact about that, Max Landis, who wrote Chronicle, took a pass at the Power Rangers script for the movie. So he wrote a draft for the film.
I think on this version of the film he's credited as one of the writers, so I think they kept some of it.
Interesting.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he tweeted the day that the trailer dropped. He tweeted something along the lines of, like, 2 years ago, I wrote, like, a fun script for a movie and then got fired over it. And now we see a trailer for essentially Chronicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just that it has a Chronicle feel, and I think that a lot of people are getting that, obviously because of the teenager thing, but also because of it's similar to the Zack Snyder effect, the color palette. It looks like Chronicle, and that's not. I don't know that that's accidental.
Well, I think the big thing was with Chronicle is yes, it's teenagers, but they actually go and find like an alien rock, and then it gives them superpowers, which is similar to what's
exactly what happens in the teaser trailer.
What happens?
But I will say that it's the alien powers that they're not clearly explained. But we also get Rita Repulsa.
Yeah,
that was trailer. Cool. Yeah,
I did like seeing Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, and she said, I have killed Rangers before, or something like that. Yeah. So they're clearly going to go with there were Rangers before. She has dealt with them. It's a continuing struggle that we're being tossed in the middle of. So it immediately makes it more epic, as opposed to a full blown like ground up. Let's start this whole thing.
Yeah,
I would have liked to have seen Zordon and Alpha.
They're going to save that.
Yeah,
they got
especially that they. Two huge names.
I don't think Zordon will probably be the last shot of the last theatrical trailer.
I would think so.
To get people to go.
Either that is the last shot, or it's going to be the Zords.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Because we didn't even get any of that.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that Zords.
That stuff is going to have to be in the second trailer. It like even just hinted at, and then the last shot being all of the Zords or them all combined into the Megazord.
A silhouette shot of the Megazord.
And I just want to say, I can't believe I just fucking said the word Megazord in the year 2016.
You fucking did. And you're going to, guess what? You're going to say it in 2017 too.
Yeah,
you know
bitch.
I kind of hope they don't show the Megazord in any of the advertisements.
I just want a silhouette. I want to see how tremendous it is, and I don't want to see the coloring.
How huge?
Huge. It's going to be the greatest.
It's going to be the best.
The best Megazord.
We got the best Megazord.
We got Zords out the ass. China's killing us on Zords.
China.
It's killing us on Zords.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
so also
throwing it out there.
No, sorry.
The
We're falling down that rabbit hole. And
We're fine, Jordan. We're sorry.
Grabbing everyone's pussy.
Jordan dropped grabbed by the pussy first. Shit. I didn't expect that. That was the last dude I expected to say grabbed by the pussy. The end of the
fun fact about the Power Rangers and the writers. The guys that wrote Thor,
yes,
and X-Men First Class, Zach Stentz, and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Zach Ben?
But those two wrote the Power Rangers movie.
Oh, okay.
They wrote the final draft of that.
Okay. Shit, that Max Landis and the guys that did X-Men First Class
and Thor.
And Thor. That's a good pedigree.
Zach Ben. Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
But also at the very end of the teaser trailer, when we see the Red Ranger Jason morphing not know what's happening.
Yeah, where it's like liquid kind of.
It's liquidy, symbiotically almost crawling over his skin, and he's like, ugh! Almost rolled a tear. That's how beautiful that fucking was.
Wow.
I didn't realize how into the Power Rangers you. Wow.
Yeah, that was my thing, dude.
Right
I have a box of toys at my mom's house. Because I didn't bring them when I moved down here.
Time to get that shit on eBay, man.
Yeah.
Cash in.
She literally went on eBay for I think it was my 21st birthday, bought a lot of Power Rangers toys, and then they sent the box, and I just had to parse through them.
Oh, okay.
There's multiples of like McDonald's toys and shit in there.
Wow.
But yeah, that was like totally my shit when I was younger.
Yeah, I was the same way too when I was younger. There's, I think I was a Power Ranger at least 3 times for Halloween, 3 separate years.
Which color?
and
wait, which color?
Green and white and red.
Okay, the 3 best ones.
Yeah. Okay.
And those were all recent Halloweens, right?
Yeah, that was like
2012, 2010, and 2009.
So going from the things that was your shit when you were a kid to my shit.
So we're going a little further back,
not
far
just being a
away.
Kid, but now as well as fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we just had a second trailer drop for Rogue One, the big theatrical trailer for Rogue One, and my erection is
palpable.
Still just. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital because this priapism. I beat you to priapism.
Damn it. Hashtag Brian beat Andrew's priapism. Is that our hashtag for this episode?
Hashtag Andrew's priapism broke Brian. Oh god.
Fucking
damn
right,
it.
dude.
Oh fuck. So
well, we got our hashtag out, so that's good.
Multiples.
So we can get that shit trending, guys.
I don't know how to spell it. I'll figure it out at some point.
So Rogue One, second trailer that came out, and fucking great.
Yeah, I know you were concerned about spoilers. Did you?
No, I didn't see anything. I was gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch it the moment it came out, because the moment it dropped, I was literally getting dressed for work, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I cannot stop right now to watch this, even though I want to. So
I watched it at work and on my phone, and I was like, that was awesome, but I can't wait to come home and watch it on my television. Yeah. And as soon as I got home, I was like...
Yeah. Fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. Dude,
gorgeous goddamn movie.
I can't get over...
the
shots and just the general idea of a Star Destroyer immediately over your city with
That
TIE
landing
fighters.
shot,
Yeah.
looking
Oh my
up at it.
god.
Oh man.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's the most imposing and terrifying, but also awesome thing.
Yeah, dude. Just the shots of the jungle planet.
Yeah.
With the beautiful like blue lagoons, and then this huge, obviously I guess imperial structure. Right in the middle of it, and
the death troopers have like a green hue to their eye coverings or whatever on their masks.
Yeah.
Totally like such a small detail because I think it's cool because especially in episode 4, Vader has like the red.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're clearly using that I think as like a different shades for different things.
And I think the Vader that's going to be in this, they've said it's not going to be the Vader like the Vader costume was in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which was a different a different Vader costume from Episode 4. That this Vader costume is going to be more like the one
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, but that's great.
Cool.
That's good attention to detail, and you'll have some consistency there.
There's also a bit of a thing online where people are. So I don't know where I saw it. And I don't really pay it any fucking mind, but it's just really interesting, and I just wanted to mention it because it's stupid. The mechanical legs that we see on that metal grate.
Oh, okay.
That, in my opinion, and probably everyone else's opinion that has a brain in their head, clearly belong to Forrest Whitaker's character. People were like, "Oh, Darth Maul confirmed."
Wait, really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Why would they just toss a shot of Darth Maul's legs in for like 2 seconds in the middle of?
But so the background is clearly where Forrest Whitaker's standing, and then we see him continuing the same exact steps that those legs were taking, and they're like, "Oh, it's Darth Maul." So the internet's retarded. Anyway.
Yes, it is.
Well, is it just,
so let's just move past that.
It's just trolls, right?
Yes.
It can't be. It has. Please.
Dude, I saw enough people saying it that I was like, I have to at least mention it. It's stupid.
All right. Well, thank you for mentioning it. But back to the trailer. I love the look of it. I love, we've gotten more dialogue in it.
Yeah,
and,
but also, it looks like it very well could be like the most action-packed Star Wars film ever.
My God.
It might be.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there were going to be space battles. I love that you see the X-Wings attacking some sort of space platform.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look really closely, that's like the Rebel fleet in the background.
Yeah.
Which was, I'm just like, that's fucking...
Yeah.
We're getting so much cool shit.
Well, I mean, obviously,
yeah.
Mon Mothma's there, but she, it's cool that like there's clearly the through line of the story, even though this doesn't have Star or Skywalkers as like main characters. Yeah. So it's cool that it's
there's one Skywalker,
but like
just saying
main character. Because he I don't know how much he's going to be in it. Like clearly the lead bad guy whose name I don't know.
Krennic.
All right,
Director Krennic. Sorry. Again, this is the conversation we had from our last episode.
Yeah.
But Krennic is the head of the Death Star program.
Okay.
Changed from the legend. Was it Legends or Legacy?
Yeah.
Legends.
So it's
Bevel Lemelisk. We had fun with that.
Yeah. God damn it. But it's cool that you see him at least consulting with Vader. It seemed like, but I still don't know how much he's going to be involved in it. I hope in certain aspects I hope that he's involved a lot, but in certain aspects I don't know that I want them to rely so heavily on him that they're not going to tell the story that they want to tell. I also don't want to dick tease.
I hope he's involved a lot at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope he's there.
Yeah.
From again much like we were talking about. I hope he's there from the halfway mark. That he shows up and he's talking to Krennic, and then he's needed at the end to completely house some rebels.
Yeah, and then he has. Hopefully, they show him doing that, and I hope that it rolls credits as he's about to bust through that portal into Episode 4. Basically,
that'd be cool. That would be cool.
I would just. Oh God. How they would just tie that immediately in, and it's like, wow, everything changed and got a little more grainy. It's weird.
Everybody has a different haircut. Like you're using a different conditioner.
Joey Lawrence haircut.
So and obviously it's beautifully shot.
Oh that's the thing. Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards. say people can shit on his Godzilla a lot, and I won't. But
I liked it.
It was that's a beautifully shot movie.
Yeah,
like the visuals of that movie are striking.
Yeah.
And he's clearly got a knack for the Star Wars universe.
For
and
sure,
it has the potential to be. It could be the best Star Wars movie yet. That's going on a limb, I know, but because the OT is so revered by myself and others. It's hard to touch them, but I'm looking forward to this more than I was looking forward to Force Awakens, and that's saying something.
Yeah. I mean, that's
maybe not. Maybe that's not right. It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I have higher expectations for this than I did for
sure. Okay,
that's
yeah, that's
I
fair.
feel like they'll be met.
Yeah,
too. I mean, I know that's saying a lot just from watching a couple of trailers, but goddamn.
It
Yeah.
says real quick. I went to the they called it Rogue Friday.
Okay.
Last year was Force Friday for when the toys came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice. You mentioned that the Death Troopers have the green thing. I didn't notice that in the first teaser. I saw it with the toys.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really cool little detail.
They also for those they've there's a severe uptick in the availability of Rey with BB-8.
Yes.
Black Series figures.
And
I spent $30 on mine at a Peebles randomly in December last year, and now they're back for 18 with probably better paint jobs.
Yeah.
So, but I got the one that I was looking for it and I found it. So.
But the good thing is that like they have her. Yeah, they have the Rey figure, but they're going to have a lot of Jyn Erso available, so that's good.
I've seen her every store that I've gone into.
Really?
Read an article today on CNBC where the droid, I think it's K2SO, that he's already flying off the shelves, and that he's going to be the breakout character of the...
Yeah, that's not surprising. Fine. It's always a droid. So.
Yeah, but he seems... I mean, what was the one trailer? It's like, oh, I guess I don't have to kill you.
Well, right. he's a droid. He's an Empire.
He's a reprogrammed Imperial droid.
Yeah. So
and, it's voiced by Alan Tudyk, so he's already done that for iRobot when he was Sonny. So
I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Oh my god,
people shit on that movie too. I love.
They're wrong.
Yeah,
they're just flat wrong. That movie's fucking awesome.
I enjoyed it.
But you mentioned episode 7. So there's obviously because they're filming they're done filming. I don't know if they're.
No, I believe that they are. I can't remember what I read now. I don't know if they're done in episode 8 or not.
They're close, at least.
They're very close, yeah. There's been some recent news about that. Adam Driver, who was Kylo Ren in Episode 7, has come out and said that it's definitely a darker movie.
Yeah.
He did, unfortunately, use the words Empire Strikes Back, So hopefully it's not like...
Well,
it's not like Episode 7 with A New Hope, and that this is basically a parallel to Empire Strikes Back.
The comparison's inescapable.
Yeah.
So it's better to probably just say it yourself and just like kind of make everybody eat it before they ask you. Do you think it's going to be like Empire Strikes Back? If he just goes, it's kind of like darker like that. So leave us alone.
I think that's inescapable in a when you're storytelling in a trilogy. You're always going to make the second movie darker.
Yeah.
That's just. I mean, the second act is always in a 3-act. Setting is always going to have. The conflict and
more at stake.
The hard stuff to get through.
Yeah.
Because you're in the middle of learning the thing or getting to the thing.
Yeah.
So, but was there also like Ian McDermott or whatever his name is?
Ian McDiarmid?
Yeah, he did.
Well, that was actually no. That was for Rogue One that he was not going to be in.
Rogue so he confirmed. Okay,
yeah. But the casting for Episode 8 and actually Episode 9 was that Mark Hamill. Mentioned, and we don't know whether it's
true or not,
but he mentioned, he had to shave off his Jedi beard finally for another role, but he's going to grow it back for Episode 8.
Because as soon as he shaved it, everybody like, oh my god, Luke died, and then he had to try to get out in front of it like, well, I could grow a beard back, so I definitely could be back
was my last beard
ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is old. You don't have beards forever,
right?
Old Father Time,
Take your beard.
Every beard could be your last beard.
God, I hope not. I haven't shaved my beard in like 5 years.
It's terrifying.
Don't ever shave it. We don't want to see what's
So
underneath there.
Was
it's
there?
Not pretty.
So it was the Hamill stuff, and then was there other?
No, that was pretty much it. Just that Adam Driver with saying that it was going to be much darker. I think even. John Boyega, he was saying, it's definitely a darker tone. That's good. So just have to see if if it lives up to.
And we're only a year away from that.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
We're a year away from ramping up for Justice League, and then fucking episode 8 like 2 months later.
And Rob, in 2 years we'll get the Han Solo movie. Aren't you excited for that? Chirp chirp and chirp chirp.
And Rob is frozen.
Yeah. So
I
am absolutely with you on that now because sorry, real quick. The news for that was that they cast they're casting some actresses and they all look like they could be from the comics. His first wife.
His African or his space African or first wife. I don't know how you'd word it. She's black.
She's black. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, black's
black
fine.
lady from space.
Black space lady. But yeah,
Blaze, the Blaze woman.
Yeah,
but
sure. The
so
Blaze woman.
In the comics,
he has a black first wife,
and
that's never mentioned in the 3 original trilogy films. Not mentioned in Episode 7. Not a thing. And then they wrote it.
Nobody asked him about it.
They retcon wrote it into the comic book, and the comic book apparently is canon.
Yes, it is.
So it exists. It's a thing that happened, and I don't have a problem with it. But we're gonna get a random romance that we know the ending of.
Yep.
For the Han Solo film, just like it's kind of the way I feel about Rogue One, where all the cool shit and all the new characters. They don't.
It's more of a journey.
They don't make it out.
The difference between that and between Rogue One and Han Solo is that we don't know these characters.
No,
okay,
it's fair.
So even if they might not all die, but even if they all die, it's going to be a nice little journey. For that 2.5 hours.
Yeah. We never see him again. So,
but the Han Solo movie, this is getting into the area again where we're now completely destroying
the character,
the mystery of the character's past.
Because the entire pull of the character is he's just. They could have asked any other random smuggler in that cantina, and they asked him.
Yeah.
And he went on that journey and went that far.
Yeah.
So that's why it was exciting and thrilling because you don't know anything about him. I don't care where he went to school.
I don't care.
I don't care who his first wife was.
When he met Chewie.
I don't care.
I mean, I've read about it.
I don't care
that's fine,
how he wins the Millennium Falcon, probably in a dice game with Lando when they're in high school.
Card game.
Cutting class and shooting space cards. I don't care about any of that. So consider me off for Han Solo film. Solo film.
Han Solo, a solo story of soloness.
He's alone.
It's a soliloquy.
He's a guy that's by himself.
A
soliloquy. Yeah.
A soliloquy.
I'm not interested. But what I am interested in is finishing up our conversation on Luke Cage.
Luke Cage! Finish up that conversation.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Jordan's here.
And look,
I'm awake
you
again.
have found love.
So we talked about episodes 1 through 4 of Luke Cage last time that we sat down.
To his origin story. God, the soundtrack is so fucking good.
And for me, episodes 1 through 4 were the best Luke Cage had to offer.
That was the high water mark for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for me, I won't even. I discount 4 because it's predominantly flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Episodes 1 through 3 are the mission statement of that show, and it's firing on all cylinders in those 3 episodes. The rest of them were just not as good for me.
Fair enough.
Episode 4 was cool, but it's flashbacks, and it's like I can live without them. But I guess you have to show his origin, whatever. Episode 5 was cool for me. I liked it. Episode 6 was cool for me. Episode 7 had the biggest what the fuck moment ever. Also spoilers, obviously.
Mega spoilers.
Yeah. They kill Cottonmouth straight up
fucking
in episode
Black
7.
Mariah.
Yeah.
Dicks out for Cottonmouth.
I don't. All right.
Anyway,
so
would you rather Dicks out for Diamondback? I mean,
no.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't, because that's the and I'm just gonna write into the issues that I have because they've just been weighing on me since I finished watching it. And I haven't talked about it because we've been saving it for this, and nobody wanted to talk about it.
It's fucking right.
I wanted to talk.
I know, but you didn't fucking finish it till today.
Yeah, fair enough.
So episode 7 ends with Black Mariah smushing Cottonmouth's head in with a fucking mic stand.
Hell,
It was brutal. It was brutal, and I loved it.
I thought she more caved in his chest.
Well, she more caved in his chest,
and then it was Shades.
I know, splitting
like
hairs here, but still.
Yeah, she straight up
murdered.
She straight up murked that motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he did call around some fucked up shit.
Oh no, for sure.
Totally justifiably.
Also,
he was a horrible person.
The active passion thing.
Yeah.
Totally cool. That is not the issue I have with it. It is what happens in that show after that. It never gets back on track for me after they kill him.
Okay.
Ever. I mean, I have a lot of fun with some of the stuff that happens, but I mean, episode 10 for me is the floor.
Okay.
The absolute floor. And then it picks back up in 11, picks back up in 12, and then 13 it just kind of ends.
Okay.
And I was just like
the ending.
Well, let's come back.
I just wanted to get through the
Jordan. So you had said that you were a little cool on it to begin with, and I remember seeing your.
He wasn't just cool; he was lukewarm.
God, that actually hurt my ears. That was
I spiked the fucking.
High
Stay
five.
tuned next week for our bad pun of the week.
So pop filter be damned.
As you kept watching episode by episode, pretty much I saw you commenting that oh holy shit. So what did you think of it as it went on and how it finished?
I think I'm trying to think of how I want to.
You want Andrew and I to go first, and then we'll come back to you. All right, Andrew.
Yeah, go to Andrew.
All right,
go Andrew, go. It's your birthday.
Go Andrew.
Oh.
All right, I guess we're back to talking about Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
You made this weird.
I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't without its faults, like anything is. It did seem the story kind of hiccuped and chugged it from time to time.
Yeah.
But I was very invested in all the characters.
Yeah.
Which is why when Cottonmouth bit it, I was like, what? I remember sitting there with my hands on my head like,
Get
what?
it? Cottonmouth bit.
Because of the mouth.
Because he's got
well, goodbye, everybody.
fangs. Because he's a snake.
God damn it. No, that's Diamondback, stupid.
So anyway, I remember sitting there like, because she hits him with the bottle. I'm like, oh, they're gonna have like a tussle. And
he fucking flies right out the window.
She pushes his ass right out the window. But and then Shades rolled in. By the way, Shades was awesome.
Shades is for me the MVP of that show.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, from the first time he's on screen and he doesn't say anything, he's just standing there in his shades.
Yeah.
To the end where he's about to get murdered on the rooftop
and
kills that dude and then takes his shades and's like, nice.
Yeah.
I was like, this fucking guy.
But I mean, I enjoy it. Was very character. It was character driven, and I enjoyed all the characters. And I liked all like little nods and references. And
for
things.
sure.
And one of my biggest issues with it, other than the story kind of chugging and sputtering at some points, the fight scenes, I wanted them to do so much, because, it's Luke Cage. I understand he doesn't want to just, wail on somebody because he would kill him, but I liked when he would just pick somebody up and fucking just throw him into the ceiling kind of shit, or knock somebody through the glass. That's awesome.
At a certain point, he was kind of just bopping guys on the head like they were whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
And that was kind of...
I found that hilarious and endearing. It was during the episode when he's trying to get everyone's shit back.
Yeah.
That when they get cracked out, I think it was episode 5.
Yeah.
And outside the strip club, he just walks up to these guys and just slaps them on the head.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
And the thing is that I didn't mind it when he was doing it in that capacity.
No,
it was in the big action set piece fight scenes, and he just wasn't really doing a lot. And that was not cool to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool in that he doesn't need a lot to put somebody down, but
well, that's why I'm glad
fight him.
That's why I'm glad that we got that big fight at the end with Diamondback.
Did we?
Which, let me get to that. Also, he looked basically exactly like how he does in the comic.
Yeah,
Diamondback. Yeah,
Diamondback.
That was
for sure.
Also, can I just say, I enjoyed.
You can say whatever you want. This is an open forum, Andrew.
Oh my god!
Well, hey, let him finish. Let him finish. Andrew, please finish. So, Rob, no.
I really, Rob's gonna spit water all over the computer, and
I'm good. We're good. Go ahead.
All right. I liked Diamondback. I thought he was creepy and intimidating, and I liked his kind of bastardizations of Bible verses.
Yeah. And then you see his Bible, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
And I mean...
yeah, that's right.
It was like underlined and circled and ransomed.
Crazy shit was like crossed out, and
it's like, holy fuck, this guy's crazy.
There was so much I liked about the show, like little bits and things that I like that will make... I will say that I liked it more than...
Little bits. Second Rick and Morty reference.
Tiny butthole.
second Rick and Morty reference. Good.
And I just want to say, at the end, when he and Claire...
Yo, Andrew, I'm going to let you finish, but first, no.
When he and
Claire.
Anyway, when he and Claire, and they start kissing each other, and I was like, no, you belong with Jessica, no. Like, that's all I could think in my back of my head.
No, so that's another, like, crazy thing that's going to have to take place in this universe. Is Jessica like...
The fuck?
Oh, so you got an uptown broad and a downtown broad?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But also, I don't know that she's going to really give a shit.
And also Misty.
And also
got Misty. So.
Also, I just want to say another cool thing at the very end.
Boobies.
And boobies. When Misty shows up at Harlem Paradise at the end, and she has her hair up and is wearing the red.
Yeah.
And that was just, that's what
she's
looks like in the
She's
comic.
in full Misty Knight regalia, which I was like, shit!
Oh. And the whole setup for next season when Claire is walking through and she sees the poster for a martial arts class, Colleen Wing.
Yep.
The other daughter of the dragon.
And I actually read about it as I was watching the thing. That's like Misty Knight's like partner, right? Like
the Daughters of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a whole thing, so that's cool that that's getting set up.
And I did think, because I feel like, doesn't Misty Knight have like a fake arm, like a robot arm or something? And
dude,
when she got
shot, I literally had read that about that happening to her, and then she got shot in the arm, and I went, oh!
Because even Claire was like, you could lose the arm.
She even said you could lose the arm if I don't turn this up right, and I was like, she's going to fuck it up. Yeah. She's got to lose that arm.
Yeah.
You put that arm in a fucking safe, it's still gonna come off.
It's gone.
Oh, and I just... One of the parts that the funniest part in the whole thing, I loved Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
Diamondback was so cool. Yeah.
When Diamondback shows up, he's like, you look like a pimp stormtrooper. What the fuck are you doing?
Y'all have to do this in here. I just fixed this place. Yeah. All right, just ask.
All right.
Bobby Fish was really cool. He was really endearing throughout the whole thing. Also, Turk was awesome again.
Yeah. That part when he's crushing him into the dumpster and just fucking leaves him.
Come on, man. You can't leave me here.
That was fucking
There's just so many moments like that where you're like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then there's some parts you're just like...
Yeah, like... There were so many spots where I was literally just like staring at my phone, like like scrolling through Facebook, like somebody entertain me because the show's not doing it right now.
I will say in the end, I really definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I would if I were giving it out of 10, I'd go 6.5. Okay. But if I were going out of 5, I'd go 3.25 probably. I'm not going to go 4 because it's
6.5 divided by 2.
Exactly.
So, good job.
That's the point.
Hey, Jordan, did you want to go next or? You want to...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the whole series could have been like a tight 10 episodes. I think that they stretched out too much stuff, and that's why everyone's attention span kind of like disappeared.
Yeah, and no, I could see that because if it were 10 episodes, they wouldn't have as much. Air like space to fill.
I'll go 2 better. I think it could have been 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that just I mean I feel like at 8 you're cutting out all of those flashbacks and a lot of the stuff in the doctor's barn that I was literally
I feel like
killing myself to stay awake for.
I feel like they spent too much time with that.
Yeah.
They spent too much time where he's on the run in general.
Yeah.
I feel like they spent too much time on Misty with the psychiatrist.
Yeah, that dragged.
The cop psychiatrist. That was just and that was half of that fucking episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, come on.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even realize, but yeah, that's a long fucking time. Holy shit.
The finale was you had 10, 15 minutes of the fight, and then 35 minutes of everything else. And I understand they got to wrap that up, and they got to set up Mariah as the big bad for the next season of it. But you didn't need it.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, and it made sense. Like her character arc made sense to me. I didn't really like some of the dialogue they wrote for her. Alfre Woodard is a great actress. She's an amazing actress.
I really enjoyed her as Black Mariah.
But I did not like...
I did, yeah.
I did not like some of the script. I felt like it was... I don't know what... I can't really put... Whether they just went for, like, cliche politician stuff.
Yeah.
Like...
Probably.
And, So, yeah, but I like the arc. So I watched it 2 times. I saw the first weekend come, and then in preparation for this episode, I watched it all the way through again. And you can see from the first episodes the seeds that are going to grow.
Yeah,
and they did a really good job of that. But that last episode dragged.
Yes.
There was, so for me, I thought the first half of the season was decent.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, sure, those first 3 episodes and then the 4th and even the 5th, like they were all firing on all cylinders, and I think it still was good for the 6th and 7th episode, basically up until Cottonmouth was killed.
Yeah,
I think it was good, and then it just took that dip.
Yep,
it just took a real big dip for me,
dude. 100%, I couldn't agree any harder. And but still, for me, episodes 1 through 3. Like, if I could get those on a disc by themselves and watch them back to back to back,
it's like when
they're fucking awesome.
When we were driving up to the Batman Superman screening, we had just watched Daredevil season 2, finished that, and that had I'll say right now that I don't think they're comparable, the 2 seasons. I think Daredevil season 2 is a much better season of television than Luke Cage, but Daredevil season 2 had that, where the first 3, maybe 4 episodes could have just been a
tight movie, because it was Punisher.
Daredevil : The Punisher.
Yeah.
And then
they got into the other stuff.
Then there was the dip where Elektra shows up, and then they get into the court case of the Punisher and everything, which was all good.
Yeah.
But there was that dip in the story.
Well, and then I've talked to a couple different people who've been watching Luke Cage who still haven't finished it, and that's proof positive in itself. Yeah. Because Daredevil season 1 I watched in 1 day. Mm-hmm. Daredevil season 2 I think I finished in 2 to 3 days.
Well, you had to go to New York, then to Westeros, then back to New York.
Well, yeah. When I watched season 1, I watched them all in 1 day, and I watched
Mad Men.
I watched Daredevil season 1 till episode 12, Mad Men series finale, Game of Thrones series or season premiere, then finale of Daredevil in one 16-hour rock block because Amanda went away.
Jesus.
I laid on that couch. Yeah, I laid on that couch, didn't fucking move. It was amazing.
Shitting himself.
It was everything you dreamed it would be.
Yeah, it was great. And then season 2, Daredevil took me maybe 2 days. Jessica Jones took me about 2 weeks because that had ebbs and flows for me. And Luke Cage took me a while to finish. And I think that's evident on what happens in the... there's no call to, man, I gotta get this next episode in. It's just it ends and you're like, okay. I'll pick this up at some point.
I got it done in a couple days' time.
Yeah.
Because I felt...
And I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm saying for me specifically.
No, I felt compelled to do it because I wanted to get it done. It wasn't that, unlike Daredevil, where I was like, oh, fuck, that just ended with the hand showing up in this 40-story this 40-story deep hole in the ground, and what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. And even with Jessica Jones, I felt, unlike you, I felt compelled, not compelled, I felt like I wanted to see the next episode. I was like, fuck, what's going to happen next? Unlike that, except for when he got shot by the Judas... that's when I was and I'm like, okay, I'd like to see what happens in the next episode.
Well, I didn't even get into it. I could have done without Diamondback entirely.
Really?
My whole thing with Diamondback is after Cottonmouth, I was really hoping for more. I wanted someone who was gonna really pose a serious threat against Luke Cage, and because I wasn't even sold on Cottonmouth.
No, I remember we had said that already. You didn't. Yeah. You weren't. I I was hook, line, and sinker on Cottonmouth. I totally did not see his death coming. Maybe not seen it coming, but not seen it coming that early.
Yeah.
And then
like, I wanted someone like, oh shit, okay, so since he's not the big bad, like, who's it going to be and what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And I just felt very underwhelmed.
Dude, that's what Diamondback didn't do it for me on any level. And I don't know, is it a comic book thing that he's his brother? Is that a
half brother? Yeah,
they grew up together. I know that, and they were in the comics, like the original one. They grew up together, and they were in the same gang, and then went to jail. We got sent or something like that.
Because the long lost brother shit, I was like, oh god, like we went from like a really original piece of like television to just we got to finish this and we need all the tropes we can get.
Right.
And it just made me like so like conflicted about how much I liked the beginning and how much the end was just because at no point when he doesn't die from the first Judas bullet, I'm like, just call the end now because it's over. Yeah. Like, we know exactly what's going to happen. Like, you don't need to see that to know exactly what he's going to do at the end of that to rectify that situation. But he spends 3 episodes running away and getting saved for it.
Right.
Like, we like really dragged it out.
There, as much as there are cool moments, like,
there's so many fucking cool moments.
Yeah. There are some really, I don't know how to say it, they're awkward or they're just like, they just come off weird to me. So the first one was, so he gets shot by the first Judas bullet, and then so the end of the episode after that is that he's standing in front of he's standing behind a garbage truck, and Diamondback shoots him in the shoulder. He goes into the garbage truck. First off, and the garbage truck immediately starts driving. And as that episode ended, I'm like, what the fuck is the garbage truck driver doing? Wouldn't the garbage truck driver not drive away? Wouldn't the garbage truck like, wait, I just heard a gunshot. There were 2 black guys in the back. One of them had an assault rifle. Like, might I...
Well, this is also America, so...
Might I stop and get out and see what's going on in the back of the truck after the guy with the assault rifle has already walked away? Like,
well, good on him for not turning the truck on at any point.
Have you seen these piles of garbage in New York City? That guy has to get a move on. Right? He's late.
I can't stop every time somebody dies in the back of my truck. I'd be here all day.
So he's wounded in both the abdomen and in like the shoulder or the upper chest, whatever you want to call it. And they do the whole mad scientist thing and she gets the shrapnel, but they never show anything happening with the shoulder.
That bothered me.
So what the fuck?
That genuinely, I was like, okay, well they got it out, so let's move on to the next one.
Yes.
Okay, we're not doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the last scene they filmed and they ran out of funding. They're like, all right, just show her checking the wound,
Or that's where they decided, let's not drag this out.
Yeah. After dragging it out already.
For like 2 episodes.
One of the other scenes that just kind of felt...
It's not the heat of the acid, it's the pH,
No, it wasn't the pH, it was the heat.
Oh.
Abalone shell.
Let's spend more time on that.
Interesting side note: the abalone is my spirit animal. Think on that for a while.
What the fuck is an abalone?
You know what? I am going to think on that.
Abalone. It's like a mussel type. It's a sea creature that has a shell. And It's got like a.
Gotcha.
It's like a big sea snail kind of.
Gotcha.
It's not funny when you have to explain the joke.
He asked me.
That's it. All right.
There's an abalone.
But I just want to point out there's one. I mentioned that I really enjoyed episode 10.
Yes.
Did you?
And the reason why is because my nerdy self, I love the cinematography and the direction and the editing.
Oh, okay.
There's this one scene where
so just to be fair, it had nothing to do with the content.
My favorite of the whole show, when Luke Cage walks into his father's church.
Oh yeah.
And it's all run down, and the camera, dollies around him, and we see a flashback of like a young him.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a gold creative decision. It was an interesting way
to show the flashback.
The flashback.
No, It looked cool.
Yeah.
I just
wasn't engaging at all.
The content of that episode.
Well, that's when you learn about. Is that the one where you learn that Reva was lying to him the whole time, and like his whole motivation and reason for keeping going? And was holding him
back. So I'll say this also. I like the actor that plays Luke Cage,
Mike Colton.
Mike Coulter.
Yeah.
But also a lot of times, I'm totally not engaged with him doing stuff. He's like, my wife, everything was a lie, and I'm like, yeah, man. You're not you don't you're clearly upset about it, but are you sad?
Well, I think that
I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I don't know that
that's part of the problem of those episodes, that 3 or 4 episode stretch.
He doesn't translate well with that kind of thing, I guess. I don't know.
There's this out of the now 4 Marvel Netflix seasons, this is the least action heavy one.
And it should have been the most action heavy one.
There's very little action, and I'm not saying that it needed to be, but it needed more.
Yeah,
it needed some more than it had.
The thing, like the last fight scene with Diamondback, like there's the scene when Diamondback punches him into a car and the whole car caves in, and he's just like that kind of stuff. Or when they're in the barbershop and he picked Diamondback up and he throws him into the ceiling, and just tosses him around. I wanted more
of that,
like, because he has it was cool, like in Jessica Jones when she would do something superpowered, sparing, like when she just picked up the back of the car.
Well, because a lot of times Jessica Jones, she was just a regular person. So then when you see what I mean is when you see Jessica Jones, she's struggling with the abusive relationship with Kilgrave, and she's dealing with all of these very human issues and stuff like that. And then she'll lift up a car. Where in Luke Cage, he's constantly being shot in every episode, all the time.
But not every episode. Yeah,
and then is able to do all these crazy feats of strength, but then just like has this indifference to act. Mm-hmm. Where Jessica Jones, it was understood because she was that girl her entire life. Where Luke's just like, I don't want to. Like, that's what I felt like for most of the season. He's just like, I don't want to do this.
Well, that's it. He doesn't.
But like, at a certain point, you got to stop these motherfuckers from shooting you and maybe get angry, like, one time.
He almost killed Scarf. I like that.
Finally, right? At a certain point, finally, he was able to have some sort of emotional comeuppance. Like, because for most of it, he's just like...
Rob was just sitting there straight faced.
Yeah, just dead 1,000-yard stare. Like, a lot of times he's just not engaged in what the hell's happening around him. And where Cottonmouth had it, that actor had it, where he's got you because of the little things that he does, where somebody will say something to him and he, like, licks his lips and, like, looks around like, this motherfucker, and then he just laughs because and you're like, holy shit, this guy's a fucking twisted son of a bitch. And then Luke, like, somebody says something to Luke Cage and he just stands there and then he's like, funny joke.
I don't put that on Mike Coulter. I put that on
I'm not necessarily putting it on him or not. Okay. I don't know if it's his problem.
I found even during the stuff that was boring, well, I'll just be honest, even during the episodes where it was boring, I still found Mike Coulter charming, charismatic, and
when they gave him something to work with,
I kept watching. Yes, I kept watching because I wanted to see how it was going to end. It's part of the MCU, but honestly, he's his Luke Cage was the reason I was going to watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I liked him as that character. Mm-hmm. I thought he did a really good job with it.
I mean, I liked. And the reason I liked it a lot was because Shades
good
didn't die.
He's Space
Shades because he didn't. There were at least 3 moments towards the end of the series where I was like, if they kill Shades, dude, I don't know if I'm even going to watch it anymore.
He's a slippery motherfucker, man. And then what was that whole? And I will say I think Mariah's going to be a good big bad.
Yeah.
Because she even said herself, you don't know what anyone's capable of.
Yeah.
And then she's like, at Harlem Paradise, and she's like, trying to make out with Shades, and he's just like, okay.
Well, that first of all, that part was totally confusing. because I was like, are they fucking? What?
I guess.
Weird. But also, it kind of seemed like she was sitting in that office waiting for him to give him the club to be the guy that runs it on the street.
Well, she's basically going to be the new Mama Mabel.
Okay.
Right? I mean, this is what she was.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
This whole season, like for her specific character arc was
just taking over, right? Like taking over that role.
Like she didn't want it, but that's
she totally. In the first episode, she mentioned to Cottonmouth how she doesn't want to be seen doing things with him, you know, and all this stuff. And then
she wanted
here
to be
we
legit.
are, 13 episodes in, and she's running the club. You know, she's running the streets. She's
killing people.
Everything.
But I still think
I still want to become.
I still think that they kind of set it up for Shades to be the go-to guy, and for her to be the one that runs it from behind the scenes.
He'll be her major domo.
Yeah.
She had one of those moments. There were two others I wanted to talk about. She had one of those moments that was weird to me. Is when the fight is going on and she is pontificating for the cameras that this is a fight for the soul of Harlem. I was just like, that's. See, it's weird. I feel like they tried to tap into not necessarily the blaxploitation movies, but the movies from the 70s where there was over the top stuff, and you saw how like all the money looked like Monopoly money. I felt like that was intentional, like because that was a harkening back. And you look at Zip. Zip always has this cartoonish sneer on his face that no human could ever have in every moment of every day.
He was cool though.
I'm not. It's not against it. It's like it's just they made these weird decisions that distracted, I think, and detracted. And then the other moment that was like when they're dragging Shades out of the Harlem's Paradise when he gets arrested and his glasses fall. The cop is dragging him along. And Claire comes along to step on the glasses. Shade stops, and the cop allows him to turn around and watch as Claire crushes his glasses. I was just like, I don't know, that struck me weird. It's just all these weird little decisions that they made. By the way, Shades I hated, not the actor. I thought he did a good job. I think you're supposed to hate him. Oh, and that's what I'm saying. Like I genuinely fucking hate that motherfucker. And
the character.
Like
he did a good job.
So he did a good job.
Okay, no, perfect.
Yeah. Theo Rossi knocked it out of the park, but I fucking hate that motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, I
love to hate him.
Yes. I've been on the Theo Rossi train since Sons of Anarchy. Right. He's amazing.
I guess I'll wrap my feelings up in that I would rate it at about a 7.5. That's the lowest of the 4 seasons. I put Daredevil season 2 at like a solid 9.
Yeah.
I put Jessica Jones as like an 8.5.
Yeah.
Daredevil at 8.5 as well, and then Luke Cage is 7.5.
I'm on the exact same page as you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that being said, I did genuinely enjoy it.
Right. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, because there's so many things to parse from it that you didn't necessarily enjoy the decisions that they made. But so the other thing that I wanted to say was, I believe it's in episode 10. I could be wrong. It might have been in episode 11. I don't remember specifically. Luke Cage has a by-the-book definitive Monopoly guy moment. And if you don't know what that means, Dan Harmon explained it on Harmontown one time, which was, I believe, his podcast. In Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, the second one, there's that moment at the dinner party where a guy walks in who's very short with a monocle and a handlebar mustache and a small top hat and a fox around his neck. And Ace Ventura walks over to him and goes, "You must be the Monopoly guy."
Thanks for the free parking.
Yeah. Obviously, in that script, they wrote a Monopoly guy type on the paper, right? And they went to the costume department and got the monocle and the top hat and the fox to put around his neck. They set it up, and the only joke is that he is the Monopoly guy. There's nothing else to get from that. They did all of that work to just say exactly what you're looking at. And Luke Cage does the exact same thing, where the whole show is this really deep social commentary on how strong it is, how cool it is to have a bulletproof black guy in a hoodie not being able to get taken down by anybody's bullets, and then someone in the show within the universe says those words exactly.
Method Man?
That was Method Man.
Yeah. He says it on the
That was
radio
cool.
show. Yeah, it was cool that Method Man was in it.
Yeah.
But then he says, word for word, I mean, it's just really strong to see a black guy be bulletproof, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was a little too on the head.
Way too on the head.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The point watching that is for us to go, man, symbolically, that's a really cool thing.
That's called that it's too many episodes long.
Yeah.
And they couldn't help themselves. That's what that's called.
That moment
Yeah.
bothered the fucking shit out of me to the point where I was like, I'm gonna finish this because I have to finish it.
Yeah.
I was ready to stop watching it after he said that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That rubbed me the wrong way as well. But
so for me, that fits Dan Harmon's exact definition of a Monopoly guy. They did all of that work to symbolically show you what it could mean for a black guy to be bulletproof and have an aversion to the N-word and all these things, and then that.
That's so fascinating that because I've seen Ace Ventura. I think Ace Ventura 2. Twice, and I don't remember that.
Really?
So that's how forgettable that is.
Punches him in the face and
he wears them and he's like,
there's so many good jokes. There's so many good jokes he could have said, like, oh, don't pass go. Do not collect $200.
He has him on his shoulders and he works his fucking lips with his finger and has him say that with that.
Pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So.
And I've seen that fucking twice, and I don't remember
hilarious.
that. Wow.
It's a funny.
Is that though?
Well, that's the problem with that whole scene is that it's funny when you're a kid and then you grow up and you watch it and you're like, holy Christ, really?
Right, but okay, but yeah,
fuck you guys.
And it's not exactly the same thing, but the concept is similar. Where
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
they did a lot of legwork to have that moment, and then they just.
I guess they thought maybe the goodwill that Method Man has built up, that it would be better coming from him than anyone.
He already was playing himself at a fucking corner bodega randomly
in New York.
Like
that could happen.
It could happen, obviously, but it was just
has happened.
It was already a little weird that was the one that Luke Cage happened to go into to stop a robbery.
I mean, that's suspension of disbelief.
I know, but that you ruin suspension of disbelief for me when you have a character in universe say, man, it's a really powerful statement to see.
This is the symbolism.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you can't argue that and then be like, oh, well, we're just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
It's not a really good way to get rid of bathwater.
No, it's not. Or babies.
You lose a whole.
Actually, it's a really good way to get rid of babies.
Yeah.
So that was just my
precious bathwater.
Ending this discussion on a positive note, though.
Absolutely finish it on a positive note. I just had to get that out because it bothered the shit out of me.
No, that's fine.
I like his song too.
But I enjoyed the fact that they included Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, the Hammer Tech.
He's the guy selling all the street weapons to everybody.
Even though he's in Seagate at the last time we see him in Hail to the King, the one-off for Thor Dark World's Blu-ray, that takes place at Seagate.
Yeah.
So he's there.
Also,
I guess Hammer Tech, even though he's in jail, is just still making shit.
Somebody's running it.
Is it just me, or I feel like they were more open to talking about the greater universe? I mean,
that's a point I wanted to say. So
that's a huge
Cottonmouth even comes out and says, "What are you, Captain America?"
Harlem's Captain America. So
which is awesome.
One thing we had talked about in the previous was like the name drop. Jordan, you had said that in episode 5 we were gonna find it odd. So you were talking about Claire's mom. And actually, I found the way she said that more believable than the way everyone else has said anything in all the other ones. The way she said it seemed like an old Hispanic woman would say,
trying to explain that to you.
Like a man with a silver hammer, big green monster, like that seemed right. But then again, as the fucking thing went, everyone kept saying the fucking incident.
That doesn't bother me.
It bothers me so much.
No, the incident doesn't bother me because that's the name of the event to them on the street level in universe.
I know.
It's the same. It's the same that when you
9/11,
right,
9/11.
Exactly, because you don't have to say September 11th, 2000. The tragedy of September 11th, 2001. You don't have to keep saying that. You know exactly when you say 9/11.
Yeah,
everybody knows.
And I'm sure
towers,
I'm sure that's what they're going for.
DC.
I'm sure that's what they're going for. It's still for some reason, and I can't.
No,
it just rubs me the wrong way. And everyone's like, the incident, like,
yeah. I mean, but what's really funny about them mentioning the incident all the time is that they don't mention that in the Incredible Hulk they destroy half of Harlem.
Yes. Yeah.
That's oh shit.
That was in,
where's that?
But he talked about that in Avengers. That like the last time it was in New York, I kind of broke Harlem.
Yeah, he said that, and then we go to Harlem, and we don't.
No, that's true. No, that's
they don't even.
True.
They don't even
before the incident. I mean, maybe they've been rebuilding. That's what it. They've been rebuilding, you know,
so much.
Well, that was just like a weird thing. Like the thing that happened in New York with the Avengers was in Manhattan. Hulk's final fight took place in the middle of Harlem.
No, it did.
And there's not a word about it edgewise, but that means somewhere the guy who played whatever his face in The Wire is in that Harlem. Somewhere, because he's on the street in that Incredible Hulk fight, because him and Ed Norton are apparently friends.
Neat.
So he got a cameo shot when something happens. He's like on the street, and then something flies past him. Yeah. So he lives in that Harlem somewhere.
That's cool.
Michael K. Williams, something like that, right?
Yeah, Michael K. Williams. Yeah. Omar. Yeah.
So he exists.
Omar coming.
He exists somewhere in that Harlem, unless he died in the incident. So wait, we have to finish on a positive, right?
And I just all the episodes are named after Gang Starr songs.
Yes,
I think it's pretty cool too.
Yes,
because it took me a second to be like,
do what you can, kid.
Oh yeah. Well, there was the one where it was the Take It Personal, and I remember just like I was like, oh, and I was watching, it's like, Take It Personal. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's all of them.
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
Here's a positive note I can end on. The soundtrack was fucking amazing.
Oh, dude, so good. And
at
first, Jordan didn't necessarily enjoy the music video portion of every episode.
I always felt every song fit perfectly for the moment.
I
do too.
Well, it was I can't remember the other one guy, but it was Alicia E. Muhammad, who was in Tribe Called Quest, right? He was a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
And it was cool that they had so the people that were performing at the club were, like we talked about last episode, actual performers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then they continued that throughout, where like all of these people that were performing in that club exist in real life, and those were their songs, and like that's like such a cool thing. The guy that did "Long Live the Chief," his name is Jadena, something like J-I.
That was a catchy song.
Oh my god, I listened to that like fucking 50 times.
Long Live the Chief.
It's Jidenna. I didn't listen to any of his other stuff yet, but he's always wearing a fez, so I don't know where that's what the deal with that is. I don't know if he's like a Shriner.
Maybe he's Moroccan.
Maybe he's Moroccan. Maybe
he's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Maybe he's Doctor Who.
But so the soundtrack was that song for me sticks out.
Yeah.
And the one that you keep singing,
the Delphonics.
Yeah. Those two were like the ones that like ring in my fucking head all the time.
The last song of the show. 100 Days.
100 Days.
Oh, yeah.
To learn a man's heart.
Yeah. 100 Days for him to learn his own heart.
Yeah, great fucking song. Jordan, what was the high point you wanted to end on with that? About Luke Cage?
It was the Justin Hammer stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah. I love the tie-ins to the bigger universe.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
just Cottonmouth actually coming out and saying Captain America.
Harlem's Captain America.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah, it's awesome.
What, you Harlem's Captain America?
I was sort of, but I was sort of kind of disappointed. They tie into all the other stuff. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get a cameo from
Danny Rand.
From anybody.
Yeah.
I was expecting at least one.
Patsy. Patsy from Jessica Jones.
Yeah, she was in Hellcat. Yeah. Do you think she's ever going to become Hellcat?
Yes.
Yeah,
eventually.
I mean, she's been trained.
They have to.
Yeah, it's probably Jessica Jones season 2.
Isn't she in? No, they've confirmed that the Night Nurse and Karen Page are both going to be in
Punisher. Yes.
Yeah,
Punisher.
Dude, Karen Page is in Punisher. She's like the second character.
And
which
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
they're going to have the Night Nurse.
You know, the funny thing is, I saw an article where Mike Coulter was talking about how Luke Cage would fight the Punisher, and it's interesting because our who would win this week is features Luke Cage.
Features Power Man himself.
Power Man himself versus
John Jones.
The
crazy Martian.
The Martian Manhunter. So who wants to lead off on that one? Who would win?
Andrew.
Who would win? Luke Cage versus Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I volunteer, Andrew.
You know,
it is your segment.
It is okay. I love. Let me preface it by saying I love Luke Cage. I love Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter would absolutely wipe the floor with Luke Cage. He is a Superman level strength. He has shapeshifting. He can whatever's up. He's got telepathy, shapeshifting, size control. I mean, granted, I guess if Luke
energy
Cage,
projection,
he can fly. Luke Cage, I think his power level's at 3 tons. I think it was.
He's got superhuman strength, stamina. He's high resistance to physical injury. He has obviously the impenetrable. Obviously the impenetrable skin, but Martian Manhunter's stacks the deck. I mean, in abilities.
Anyone that can go toe to toe with Superman.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter has an abhorrence for and even maybe a weakness to fire.
Yes. Oh, yeah, fire is his weakness.
So if Luke Cage got a flamethrower?
Yeah, but at the same time, Martian Manhunter's zipping out of the way. I mean, I just don't... How would he figure it? I guess it's a comic. They eventually oh, look at that. Somebody threw a cigarette at him. And, I mean?
And he wilted away.
That's ridiculous, Andrew. A cigarette is like a flame, like a quarter of an inch. A match.
Yeah.
A match.
Yes.
Luke Cage just has lighters from the bodega. Yeah. Stay away, you fucking alien! Not again. No more incidents in Harlem. But yeah, so you're saying Martian Manhunter
10 out of 10 times out of 10.
Always
I
win.
can't.
Okay.
Like I said, I love Luke Cage. I love the street level heroes.
But we're making it way cosmic and strange.
This is it's Martian Man. It's the fucking Martian Manhunter. You know? Of course.
So Jordan, who would win? Jordan.
I think Martian Manhunter only because he's gonna phase it.
And then just fucking unphase.
Well, no, because that was the thing. Like when I saw that he has the phase shifting through objects or people. So, but for me, in that fight, Luke Cage versus Martian Manhunter, the key telekinesis. We already saw in Jessica Jones, Martian Manhunter, even though he has Superman level strength, probably wouldn't even have to just be like, kill yourself.
And then hurl him into space.
We always end with DC heroes. But so for me, the you could argue strength-wise they might max each other out, so that there's really it could be a draw, but I still think it can't. So for me, it's Martian Manhunter 10 out of 10. We'll always figure out how to do it.
And then take him to the sun.
And hurl him into it.
Hurl him right into it.
So, Brian...
Rick Grimes absolutely wins this one.
Yeah. You motherfucker.
Wow.
No, I would love to be the discordant and say Luke Cage. There's no way.
Did we do it? We got a 4 for 4?
Yeah.
Nice.
4 for 4, 10 out of 10. We got it perfect?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Fucking Martian Manhunter, 10 out of 10.
And that's how we end our podcast forever then. This is it. This is the last one.
We all disappear into the sun. It's at...
Well, yeah, we're all getting hurled into it at some point or another.
It happens to the best of us.
But, yeah, so that's cool that we all agreed on that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Ever.
Yeah. But I still think with 4 days prep time, it would be...
Dutch from Predator with 4 days prep time.
Or Darkwing Duck Launchpad.
So
Kevin McAllister.
There it is.
So
next week, Battle Royale.
No.
Let us know what you think.
No.
In the comments below.
Yeah, we all know that in a Battle Royale, Hacksaw Jim Duggan wins.
Oh!
The first Royal Rumble winner ever.
And he had a 2x4.
Yeah.
And a big ass American flag.
Big ass American flag.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The pussy.
I'm Robert.
I'm Brian.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Jordan.
Bye, guys.
So that's episode 5. As you could probably tell towards the end there, we lost some of what we recorded during the Who Would Win, which can probably be attributed to the power outage my apartment had. In short, I explained that Martian Manhunter's strength is essentially equivalent to that of Superman, and he's also a renowned detective in his own right. Figuring maybe if you cancel out Luke Cage and Manhunter's strength against each other, the thing that sets Manhunter apart is his telekinetic and telepathic powers. Perhaps he wouldn't have to even touch Luke Cage at all, just control his mind, because as we saw in Jessica Jones, he is vulnerable in that area. Regardless, we all went with Martian Manhunter over Luke Cage in what I believe is our first ever clean sweep, so that's cool. Tell us who you would think would win in a fight between these two. Did you have a different pull from the Rogue One trailer? Any reaction, positive or negative, to the Power Rangers teaser? Want to talk about the Justice League sizzle reel or remark over how awesome Amber Heard looks as Mera? Let us know. On Facebook, Pop Culture Shock Headcannon. On Twitter, at PCS Headcannon. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube so you never miss any of our discussions. Individually, you can follow me on Twitter at Yesball, Jordan on Twitter and Instagram at Alex Shepard with no vowels, Andrew on Twitter at flavored_red, and Instagram at skeleton_city_comics. And one time, 17 years ago, Brian and his friends followed each other into the woods, and it was all spooky, and then he followed his friend into the basement and found him staring at the wall. Weird. There it is. Let us know what you think. Please. Shout out to Sweden. Also, fuck Donald Trump.